Good morning everyone. It's a beautiful warm spring day here. In fact, I can already feel the heat. It's due to get up to around 33 degrees Celsius, which isn't too bad, but you know what else is in the air? Humidity. And that's the thing that really gets to me. I can handle the heat, but when it comes to humidity, I struggle. So let me go and show you around before it gets a bit too unbearable to be out here. I'm down near the back of the garden looking up towards our house, towards the back door, and our chickens have managed to get out of their chicken run area and they're over there at the moment. Let me see if I can spot a couple of them. Oh, there's Snowflake scratching around over at my new dahlia patch, and Autumn is with her too. They managed to get out somehow. I have to check the fence again because they're cheeky little things. They keep on finding little holes. I haven't really set it up very well, and they get out to here, which I usually don't mind during the winter time, but now that it's, you know, late spring now, I get a bit worried that they'll scratch up some of my seedlings. Over here in this blue container under the archway, I'm going to be planting out my Tennessee dancing gourd today. I'm really excited about growing these because I think my kids are going to have lots of fun playing with them. They're like little spinning tops. They're actually quite small. They're only about 2 centimeters in length, shaped like a bottle, and they have a real cool striped pattern. So hopefully now, cross my fingers, they'll get a few hours of entertainment out of them. Plus apparently from one plant you can get quite a large harvest, so they should be able to share them with their friends as well. In the same container I have these Bright Lights Cosmos flowering now. Cosmos is a wonderful summer annual to grow, and in fact this year I'm trying out a couple of new varieties which I'm going to show you now. Here's the first one. It's called Cosmos Voluette. They have mahogany flowers with white stripes, and amongst the seed packet the flowers can vary slightly. So in the pictures I have seen some of these blooms with more prominent white stripes compared to these two pictured here. But even on this same plant you might notice that, you know, this one has faded to a slightly lighter colour than the one behind it. Next up are these, which are called Cosmos Daydream. Some of these petals have got a bit of damage, but you can see that they're a light pink colour with slightly darker pink in the centre. So far I'm not a huge fan of this particular variety because the blooms are quite small, but from pictures I've seen they can be larger than this, so I'm just hoping it's just this one particular plant. This plant here, which is flowering for the first time, brings me so much joy. I know it's not a lot to look at the moment, but I'll explain why it makes me so happy. It's called an oyster plant or Acanthus mollis, and believe it or not, I bought this one maybe a year and a half ago for $1. It was on the discount table. I think it was in Flower Power, which is one of those big garden centres here in Australia. It was an absolute bargain, but it looked pretty much dead. There wasn't much foliage at all. I did actually in fact buy 2 of them, and this is the only one that survived. Not too bad I think for $1. It's okay that I lost one. You do always take a risk when you buy these discounted close to death plants, but when you can make them grow and flourish again, it's so rewarding and satisfying. I just grabbed this watermelon from the fridge, giving them to the chickens as a bit of a treat. It's just so hot today. I really want to keep them hydrated and cool, and they love watermelon. So putting it in the fridge just makes it a bit cooler, but you can also put pieces of this in the freezer too, which is particularly good for really hot days. They can peck away at it, try and keep cool. The girls love this as a treat. I don't think my kids will be too impressed that I gave it to the chickens. I'll probably go to the shops before I collect them from school and grab another chunk of it. I have actually put some watermelon in the ground yesterday. It's Sweet Baby, I think it's called. I put 3 of those plants in, so hopefully now just after Christmas I'll be harvesting some of them. I really do need to keep an eye on these girls because they're in amongst my plants. So this is down the very back of the garden in the fan garden area, and what you're looking at there, they're the copper straw flowers, and over here is where I put in all of those liliums. Actually, I haven't shown you here in a little while. Do you see how many flower buds are on them? Remember, I bought these a few weeks ago as a mixed pack, so I've got no idea what varieties or colours they are. They're going to be a really nice surprise. You never know, by next week I may be able to show you some of their blooms. I'm having some mixed results with my overwintered capsicums, chilies and eggplants. While some of them are doing quite well, like this, the Mad Hatter capsicum, some of the other plants really are not looking too good at all, especially here at the back. Like this, I can't remember, I don't know where the tag is. Oh, here it is. Which one is this one? That's the Joe's Long Chili. So this plant is 2 years old and it looks like it's kind of packed it. I might come in here, I give it a seaweed solution, liquid feed. Oh, whoa, I didn't even see this one. That one is completely dead now. Oh, what a shame. Oh, such a pity. At least I got a couple of years out of them, and I do have a whole fresh batch to keep it going. I mean, that's happens with gardening. Plants don't last forever. Even when the label says they'll last a certain amount of time, they depending on the conditions that you have them in and what kind of you know, weather you've had during winter or summer, like last year with the drought, some plants just will not survive and others seem to manage to push through. Speaking of plants that push through despite the difficult conditions it's growing in, is this, which is my cotton plant. Wasn't too sure if it would make it because I had to cut off the top and some of these side branches. Actually, I'll probably need to chop this one off because they died off. But the foliage down below it seems to be doing quite well. Oh, look at that. A little bug. I haven't seen one of them before. A few weeks ago, I mentioned that I was going to leave the whole patch of borage which was growing along here in there until the zinnias started to flower and fill out the space just here. But actually, you know what I ended up doing? I pulled it all out. Let me show you what I got up to. I was just getting sick of it. It was looking really tired and I decided, you know what, I don't mind having a bare patch as long as it means that, you know, I replace them with other plants, and I did with all of these zinnias. I just need to come in here now and mulch the ground, especially since the weather has really started to heat up now. I really want to keep as much moisture in there and the soil as cool as possible during the next few months. But why I'm over here is to show you something that just appeared this morning. My very first zinnia flower in this area. I'm standing here now in the raised garden bed area and it's got so hot and humid that I just can't bear it anymore, so I'm going to head inside. But before I do that, I wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I'm really grateful for all of your support, and you take care of yourselves, your family and friends. Stay safe, and I'll see you all again next Friday.